Welcome, everybody. It's a Bullet Brawl. It's a Wednesday, a back-in-the-day Wednesday, and somehow I've already made a couple moves in this game. We have a dragon, and this is a 1-1 Bullet Brawl, in case you're wondering why we're both gaining time on the clock. It's just one of those nights, you know. That's right. I'm recording this at night. Who knew, right? Underneath the light of a neon moon. Isn't that... Yeah, let's get into our country zone today. Pretty sure that's a Brooks and Dunn song, right? Neon Moon. If I remember the lyrics, I'll let y'all sing along with me. But right now I'm focused on chess. So I'm using the half-open file, bringing the knight to c4. The issue is white has a little bit of a positional edge here with this open e file, hitting the e7 pawn. And he's going to play knight to d4, where he's coming into c6, but the d5 pawn is also falling. So I'll go ahead and go for that. Yeah, this is tough. He's going to take on d5, and I'm going to have trouble guarding everything. I have this move rook to c5 for the moment, gaining a tempo on the queen, and maybe now I can use that time to defend the e-pawn, possibly. That's what I'm going to do anyway. Right? Now when he's hitting e7, I wanted to play f6 at first, but now I'm realizing maybe I can play rook e5, because if takes, pawn takes, he can't take f5 without the back rank being a problem. So defend dynamically. That's when you defend threats by creating threats of your own. Always the preferred decision. Always the Samuel Adams in most strong players' minds. Buckle down defense is just, it's not, doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. But that's a strong move. You see he's threatening this move, rook a8. Problem for him, though, is I think I have a lot of pawns here in the center. So if he takes, I'm going to shake and bake and push that d-pawn till kingdom come. I'll play e4. Yeah, he wants to attack the rook. I thought this might be the major issue. I have queen to d1 check here soon. Yeah, but it doesn't do anything. I guess I have this check and I can take the pawn. But still, this is rough. I guess I'll pre-move. Yeah, I thought he would do this, but I'm actually not sure that it's a good idea. Because I have bishop f8. If rook takes, I get up. And if bishop takes, I have queen to b7, hitting the checker. Removing my queen from the dark square. See, now I can play f6, and when he moves the bishop, I get out. Because my queen is no longer on b2, where he has this discovered check and mate. So I saw that kind of quickly before I played this whole line, believe it or not. Swear I did. And it worked out. My opponent sort of going for it. Let's push and maybe we'll create another pass pawn. The f pawn, to be exact. Okay, yeah, he's going to check. And he still is... This is tough. I don't know that I'm playing the best. Let's see if I can get out, I guess. I guess I can. Barely. No, I can't. I can. I can't. I don't know what's going on here. Well. Careful. Playing a little slow right now. I'm playing with a new mouse, if anybody at home is wondering. Gotta go get that pawn. Pre-move it. Pre-move it and get that king around so that we can finally push. Push the c-pawn. Strange technique. Maybe the position was a little more tricky than I thought to start, or my technique was just awful. Most likely a combination of both, right? Most likely. Okay, but how am I pushing forward? How am I removing the threats? I actually am not sure. Okay, he's going to give check. Wait a second. Am I blowing it? I am sort of, but he's also losing the bishop. And with that, it might get a little bit harder for him. If I can get these pawns in front of the king. Sorry, get my king in front of his pawns, to be exact. Should be kind of tough for him. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Get some sort of strange Philidor here, maybe. No stalemate. Oh, wait, there's no stalemate. I was going to say. Nice try, buddy. Well, that was, wow, that was quite the game for a bullet brawl to start today, huh? What happened? I mean, let's get some instruction here. We had this dragon Sicilian with early knight to b3, which is often played to open up the d file as a means to prevent black from changing the structure, giving black more activity. And all this was fine. I think pretty typical stuff. You could argue that b5 is a little premature by me because it allows this opportunity to undermine. But with the knight coming to c4, this is typically okay. And I don't believe this whole line he went for. I think that I was defending tactically everything. And I admit I missed this idea of taking on e7 with the idea of pinning. And with that in mind, it's possible I should play something else. Maybe try to give up this pawn for counterplay. I don't know. I mean, rook e5 seems okay. And even after h4, it... well, I guess he could have taken here right away, huh? Of course, queen to d3 would have been even more of an issue because he couldn't do what he did in the game due to back rank. So after h4, I guess here was my opportunity to just be better. You know, a double attack of the rook and the b-pawn. If he trades, maybe that works, although he does get queen a8 in the end. So it's possible I should play f6, gain a tempo, and then play f4 and keep this sort of massive pawn thing going. Or I could play queen to d3 immediately and meet queen to c6. No, it's hard. There's some real issues here. I have to be careful. There's some real issues here. It's not so simple. I guess f6 is certainly a real possibility, and then just save the pawn that way with queen to d3 next. Something like f6, and if the bishop comes back, f4. If the bishop comes back to c1, then I have queen to d3. Let's see, something like queen to d3, and if queen to c6, I can't just check and take the bishop, but I can defend now, something a little different, and I'm threatening to win the bishop. So it was interesting. It was definitely an interesting game, and I know that makes this a little bit of a different style bullet brawl today to play a game against FIDE Master Gransiurell, right? But hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the instruction. We did figure out a little bit of the truth there. And again, if we go toward the end, so what happened once he got this idea of bishop takes e7, I think the position was pretty wild and unclear. And if he doesn't blunder, this position is still pretty tough. After taking b2, right? This queen to c8, he missed the opportunity I had to get the queen out, and probably I didn't display the best technique, but ultimately was able to win. But if he takes it, and then takes on c4, this is quite the game, right? Not over at all. Even pawns. White has the outside pass c-pawn, maybe black's king is, or maybe white's king is a little exposed, so certainly would have been a close battle, and I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you around on Chess.com.